Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 10. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging African investors to consider financing infrastructure and energy projects in Jamaica. According to Mr. Holness, Jamaica's business environment is ripe for investments. Among other things, he attributes this to the island's number 6 world ranking for starting a business and the Jamaica Stock Exchange being the best performing index 3 years in a row.
There's a great opportunity for investors here in Kenya and in the wider African continent to look to Jamaica for investment opportunities. And we welcome you. Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean, Barbados, we have very stable democracies with very stable economic policies, particular fiscal policies. So this is a good environment for investors to consider to place resources.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness was speaking at Monday's presidential dialogue during the African, Caribbean and Pacific ACP Business Summit. It was held ahead of the December 9 and 10 conference in Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta now chairs the ACP group of countries. Mr. Holness is there as part of his 5-day working visit to finalize the post-Cotonou Agreement negotiations. The Prime Minister will also review the group's constitutive act, the Georgetown Agreement. Mr. Holness has used his visit to meet with the Jamaican diaspora, the Jamaican head of mission in the African country, as well as Kenyan government officials. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is encouraging researchers to utilize the $50 million research fund to find solutions for challenges in public health. He was speaking at the launch of the Research for Wellness Fund last Thursday, which is being financed by the National Health Fund, the NHF.
And we've taken a decision, the team, of course, in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, that we needed to proceed on this course in a structured way, engaging stakeholders from wherever, as long as they possess the credentials to do sound research, but applied research to help us to solve the challenges that we have.
The Health Minister says $50 million will be added to the fund annually. Grants will be provided for research in priority areas such as wellness in the workplace, schools and communities, as well as among persons with non-communicable diseases and risk factors for tobacco use and physical inactivity. The Stony Hill Health Center is now able to deliver improved services following recent renovation and expansion works. The Type 3 facility, which provides medical care to at least 200 patients per day, now has an expanded records system, dental unit, pharmacy and upgraded sewer system. It also boasts new consultation rooms, nebulization and rehydration areas, as well as waiting and sub-waiting areas. The work was done at a cost of $80 million, financed by the National Health Fund. At the reopening ceremony on Friday, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said it demonstrated the progress and renewal that was taking place in the public health system.
And we have approached it in a way that recognizes the challenges that we face, develop or put in place a development plan for the next 10 years. But we have the plan, but we do more on that. We have allocated resources to support the upgrade, to catch up with the gaps that existed in our healthcare infrastructure. And this is not a promise, it is a commitment.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark is lauding the Inter-American Development Bank IDB for its assistance towards Jamaica's development over the last 50 years.
The IDB is working across every nook and cranny of Jamaica, and their support has been critical to where we have reached.
Dr. Clark was speaking recently at the launch of the IDB's 50th anniversary. He pointed out that the bank's contributions spanned investment and budget support loans, grants, and technical assistance. Its assistance has facilitated the establishment of the Financial Services Commission, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Office of Utilities Regulation, Rural Agricultural Development Authority, and the Regional Health Authorities.
The future holds a lot of potential for this country. The IDB and all of the international partners are really here, Minister Clark, because we care about this country. We know there are opportunities. We have resources, we have knowledge, we have expertise.
The IDB is the single largest lender to Jamaica, amounting to approximately $5.2 billion since 1969. The Child Diversion Bill is scheduled to come into operation on January 1 next year. Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck says he recently signed off on the gazetting of the legislation and the government is anticipating a smooth rollout of the National Child Diversion Program. Speaking at a child diversion sensitization session on Friday, he said the ministry would be hosting training workshops for state agencies and NGOs and promoting campaigns to sensitize more people about the subject. Child diversion is the process of implementing measures dealing with children who are alleged, accused, or recognized to have infringed the law without resorting to formal judicial proceedings. The national program aims to reduce the number of children who are charged with offenses and then exposed to the formal criminal justice system. It is also intended to increase the use of diversionary programs that rehabilitate children as a response to crime. And finally, Jamaica is once again serving on the Council of the International Maritime Organization IMO after its re-election. Jamaica, which returns for a second straight term, will serve along with the Bahamas as the two Caribbean countries on the IMO Council from 2020 to 2021. Minister of Transport and Mining Robert Montego says this shows the level of respect given to Jamaica as a maritime state. The IMO Council is the governing body that approves and makes policy recommendations, including the International Maritime Organization's strategic plan. It also approves the work of the committees, proposes the budget, and appoints the Secretary General for the Assembly. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.